If a person does this, they hate you a lot. They damaged you intentionally. Carl Jung. Let me ask you something real quick. Have you ever been hurt by someone close to you? Not just a mistake, but intentional harm. Like they're not even trying to hide it. Calculated cruelty. You ever wonder why? Why would anyone go out of their way to hurt you? It doesn't make sense, does it? But here's the thing. It's not random, it's personal, and it comes from a place deep within them, something dark. It's not just about you. It's about their own internal battle. You just happen to be in the line of fire. Carl Jung said, when you're hurt like this, there's a force at work, a force so powerful, it hides in the shadows of our own minds. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the Brainy Daily Clips channel and join our community, where you'll get early access to new videos and deeper insights on personal growth. Now let's start with something real. What if I told you that the first step to truly understanding why you've been hurt is to realize this wasn't just an accident? Jung called it internal justification. Before someone can hurt you, they need to convince themselves it's okay. They've got to see you as less than human. When someone gets to that point, you're no longer a person, you're an obstacle to their peace or power. And the shadow feeds on this. That's where contempt comes in. Jung said contempt is the killer. It's not like anger. Anger is hot, it's reactive. But contempt is cold. It's calculated, dispassionate. And once someone's crossed that line, they no longer feel bad about hurting you. In fact, they feel justified. And that's when it goes from a small hurt to something that can shatter you. This is a hard truth to swallow, but it's real. The shadow doesn't just harm you in one moment, it's a slow burn. It begins with small judgments, whispers in the mind that you're not good enough, not worthy of love or respect. And if that gets reinforced by the people around you, you'll start to believe it. That's how reality manipulation starts. You're being erased bit by bit, and they don't have to say a word. Let me give you an example. Imagine a person you trust starts twisting your words. They begin to frame your actions in the worst possible light. Maybe they even start spreading doubts about your character. They're not doing it openly, but it undermines you privately. What happens? You feel like you can't trust your own instincts anymore. You're doubting yourself because they've planted the seed. This is how the shadow spreads, quietly, almost invisibly. Jung also spoke of instrumental thinking. It's a form of manipulation where people start treating you as a tool. They don't see you as a person, just as a means to an end. It's not personal, they think. But it is. Because they're using your emotions, your fears, your insecurities to control you. The question is, are you going to let them? Now let's dig deeper. Jung said the shadow projection is the most insidious form of manipulation. Here's how it works. Manipulative people study you, not to understand you, but to figure out how to control you. They know your values, your triggers, your weaknesses, and they weaponize them. Starts with a small lie, a distorted truth here and there. Over time, they erode your reality, your sense of self. You don't even know what's true anymore. They make you feel crazy. And this isn't an accident, it's deliberate. Let me hit you with a hard truth. Betrayal isn't just about strangers. Yes, strangers can hurt you, but only the people closest to you can destroy you. Because they know your soul, your values, your core beliefs. They know what matters to you, and that's where they strike. They go for what hurts the most. Your identity, your reputation, your integrity. Jung called this privileged destruction. When someone close to you knows exactly how to break you, and that destruction, it's precise, laser-focused. When they know your weak spots, they hit you where it hurts the most, and they do it in a way that's calculated and deliberate. They might undermine your reputation. They might challenge your honesty or integrity. And it doesn't just hurt, it devastates. And that's when the gaslighting comes in. They twist the narrative. They make you question everything you know about yourself, what you saw, what you felt. And the worst part? They make you feel crazy for even noticing. They try to convince you that you misunderstood the situation. They might even suggest you're being overdramatic, and in doing so, they take control of the story. Jung said this is psychological warfare. It's not just lying, it's about reality manipulation. They want you to feel guilty for noticing the abuse, guilty for standing up for yourself. That's how they win. They hurt you, and then they turn around and make you feel bad for wanting to heal. They make you feel guilty for daring to grow after they've torn you down. Now let's get real. You're wondering, what do you do about all this? Jung said the real power doesn't lie in revenge. It doesn't lie in getting even. No, the most powerful response is the conscious response. When you're hurt, your natural instinct is to retaliate, to fight back, to strike back. But Jung believed that kind of reactivity just feeds the shadow. It keeps you stuck in the same cycle of harm and revenge. It keeps them in control. Instead, Jung urged us to respond with clarity, not rage. When you speak from a place of truth, when you don't react but instead act with intention, you break free. You refuse to play the role they've assigned to you in their narrative. And when you do that, you take your power back. And that's where they lose. See? When you respond with integrity, when you don't lower yourself to their level, that's when the shadow loses its grip. It can't thrive in the light of your truth and your self-awareness. Jung said that healing is the ultimate act of defiance. It's your way of telling the world, you will not define me. You will not control me. When you choose peace over revenge, when you embrace your worth instead of reacting with anger, you send a message louder than words. You send the message that you own your story. Now don't get it twisted. The shadow doesn't just show up in other people. It's in all of us. We all have a shadow lurking somewhere deep within. It's that part of us we try to ignore, the fears, the insecurities, the desires for control and power. But Jung wasn't telling us to be afraid of it. No, he was telling us to face it, own it, understand it, and keep it in check. Because if you don't, if you let it take control, it'll make you a pawn in a game you didn't even know you were playing. But here's the thing. You have the power to rise above it. The shadow might always be there, lurking in the corners, but with awareness, intention, and conscious response, you can break free. You can take ownership of your own life, and when you do that, no one can dictate your worth. Your value is not defined by the cruelty of others, or by the shadow's whispers in your mind. Your worth is determined by the choices you make, and the way you choose to stand tall in the face of adversity. So when you're hurt, and when the shadow comes knocking, remember this. You are not powerless. You are not weak. You are stronger than they ever realized. And your healing, your growth, is your rebellion against the cycle of hurt. It's how you show the world you are not defined by their cruelty. You have the power to break free. You can let go of the past and choose to step into the light of your own truth. And that's the most powerful thing you can do. Let nothing from the past define you. The damage, it doesn't determine your future. The betrayal, it doesn't steal your power. You can take back control, you can heal, and you can move forward. It's your story to tell, and only you get to decide how it ends. So if you've been through this kind of betrayal, if you've faced this darkness, I want to hear from you. Tell me about it. What did you learn? How did you rise above? Your story might just be the one that helps someone else get their clarity, get their strength, and take their life back. And before you go, if this video helped you, or if you found this insight powerful, do me a favor. Subscribe to Brainy Daily Clips. Join a community of people who want to keep growing, keep learning, and keep pushing past the shadows. We've got more content like this coming your way. And if you feel moved by this message, share it with someone who needs to hear it. You might just help them find the courage to rise above. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself. And always, always protect your peace.